Hey you guys, today I'm going to be making an absolutely delicious and healthy chickpea tuna salad. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to take ordinary chickpeas and give them the flavors of a tuna salad to make it absolutely meat-free, vegan, and just refreshing and delicious. So the first thing you're going to want to do, I am using here a half a can of organic chickpeas. You can use the entire can. We're only going to do a half batch today. You want to drain the chickpeas, but you can save the aquafaba. And aquafaba is the juice that the chickpeas come in, and you can use this for many other recipes, such as macaroons, by mixing it up and adding sugar to it. There's a lot of things that you can use with this aquafaba, so don't discard it. Save it for a later time. And we're just going to put our chickpeas drained in a bowl and set them aside for now. The next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to be using for this recipe the snack size cucumbers. And the snack size cucumbers, you can see, are a little bit smaller. They have less seeds and less water in them. So they are absolutely great. Now I'll show you what they look like. These little guys here, and I'm going to slice them up for you just so you can see the difference in the insides. Now, they're very small. The seeds are tinier, and they're not as watery. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chop them up. And I am chopping them into lengthwise 4 ways. And just giving them a nice little chop. Okay? And after you chop them up, you want them to be small. We don't want big pieces here. They're not really diced. They're just in kind of these nice little pieces here. What we're going to do then is we're going to add them to the other ones that we have already. And that's about good. And what you want to do, the reason we're doing this first is because we want to give them a little bit of a marinade. And what we're going to marinate them in is some leftover pickle juice. When you're done using pickles, it's great to save the juice. It gives great flavor to salad dressings and other things like that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just add a little bit of pickle juice to our cucumbers and get them marinating in that mixture. Gives them a lot of flavor, adds a little bit of salt, adds that nice vinegary crunch. Okay, so now over to our chickpeas. And what I have here is a mini food processor. And I'm going to be adding my chickpeas in. Save a couple bigger chunks. Save some of the bigger chunks, you know, for later. You don't have to mix them all in. I'm just saving about a tablespoon of them. So here we have it right into the food processor. We're going to just pulse this a few times. Whoops. Okay. And it would be helpful if I had my blade in there. Hang on just a moment. Forgot to put the blade in. Okay, now we are cranking. So again, with the blade in the food processor, we're going to then get it going. All right, and just pulse it a couple of times. We don't want this to turn into hummus. We do want to keep chunks. So see, that's about great. It is still a little bit chunky. And I'm going to just mix that to my larger chickpeas because we want to keep a little bit chunky as well. So just about a tablespoon of the ones that are still full size. And we're going to get everybody in there. Okay, so there they are, a little mixed in. Now to this mixture, I am adding a diced piece of celery. I'm also going to be adding shredded Brussels sprouts. And these shredded Brussels sprouts, I've seen them in Stu Leonard's, Trader Joe's, or if you don't have them in your store near you, you can simply just chop up some Brussels sprouts. So that's going to go in. That's going to give it a little bit extra volume and some crunch. And now I'm going to make a nice vinaigrette. So to this vinaigrette, I am adding vegan mayo. If you don't want to use a vegan mayo, you can use whole mayo, a regular mayo. You can use hummus if you'd like, or you can just use a little bit of olive oil. Okay, Now to our mixture, I'm going to be adding these cucumbers, and you want to get a little bit of that pickle juice in there as well, because that's going to help our marinade. Mix that up. This is not super creamy. It has a little bit of cream, but the vinegar from the pickle juice kind of thins it out a little bit. You can omit that if you want something that's a little bit more creamy. You don't have to add that. I'm also going to be adding a wedge of lemon, some black pepper, and here's my secret ingredient for the extra seafoody flavor. If you are going for that chickpea tuna flavor, a couple dashes of Old Bay seasoning. Now that adds your salt. It also adds your, like I said, the seafoody flavor. So you don't really need to add extra salt to this recipe. You have the salt from the vinegar in the pickle mixture, as well as the Old Bay seasoning. I'm going to add a couple more of my cucumbers in here. Just give it a nice crunch. Give that one more little stir, maybe a little bit extra pepper. And this is going to be our dressing for our chickpea tuna. So here we go. We're going to just dump everybody in. Nice crunch, very refreshing. Feel free to add any other herbs into this that you'd like. Maybe some cilantro, give it a little extra boost. So here we go. And I did go a little heavy on the vegetables. I like to really kind of expand those chickpeas. I am only using a half a can. If you use a full can, you might want to go a little less on the vegetables, but it gives it such a nice refreshing crunch. This is great for picnics or little outdoor lunches. Really, really delicious. I'm going to give this a taste. Let's give it a little taste and see how we did here. Absolutely delicious. You wouldn't even know that it's not tuna. The Old Bay seasoning really gives it that seafood punch, along with the lemon and that pickle juice. Gives it absolutely the flavors that you would expect from a tuna salad. So again, this is our chickpea, quote, tuna. I hope you try this. Even if you don't want to chunk up the chickpeas, you can use them whole. You can add all sorts of other things into this as well, like crushed nuts if you really want a little bit extra crunch. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Please subscribe for more. I love to cook and craft, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you for joining us today. Have a great day.